Okay, so let's go on to today's lesson. It's on chemical reactions. Now, chemical reactions is a follow-up on what last previous lesson, which was on chemical equation, as well as writing and balancing chemical equations. I had thought that, okay, let me go back. I had thought that after this, the next one would have been the review and the test, but we won't do review and test next period. So next week we will go over, there'll be a lesson on writing word equation. I'm going to do some more activities on those so that you guys can get confidence in writing chemical equations from word equation. I think maybe the test might be the following, if not next week Thursday, might be the following week, the week of on the 26th. Okay, but for now, let's quickly go over chemical reactions. Some kind of quick background. During the first semester, we talked about two types of changes, physical change and chemical change. And we know that in chemical change, new substance is always produced, whereas in physical change, the substance is still the same. Nothing, it doesn't change. So now, one thing I want you to remember is that in chemical change is always a result of chemical reactions. There won't be a chemical change if there's no chemical reactions. So which means that for every chemical change that you see, there has to be a chemical reaction. So in this case, we're going to look, and today we're going to look at the 6 different types of chemical reactions and in the 2 major groups under which those reactions are grouped under. So now, also remember the fact that in chemical reactions, no new atoms or elements are formed. What happens is that the atoms are rearranged to form a new substance. The bonds in the reactants are broken, and then new bonds are formed in producing a completely different product from the starting reactant. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to use the next 3 minutes. I would have played this video here so you could watch and listen, but the audio will be very bad. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. I need you to play. Are you in Canvas?
Yes.
Good. So if you're on this same screen, I need you to watch this video for 3 minutes. So click on it and then good job. All right. Now, in the next slide, we have the lesson objective. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to explain the difference between double replacement reactions and oxidation reduction reaction. Those are the 2 categories of chemical reactions we're going to look at. Each of those categories have different types of reaction. For example, here, double replacement. There are 2 types of double replacement reactions: acid-base, precipitation reactions. Those are the 2 types of reactions that fall under double replacement reactions. Now, oxidation reduction reaction, which is also known as redox reaction, includes synthesis, decomposition, single replacement, and combustion reactions. Those are the 4 types of reactions that are known as redox reactions. Later, I will explain what redox reactions is. But for now, I want you to know the 4 types of redox reactions and the 2 types of double replacement reactions. So later, we're going to look at each of those reactions and see how to identify them, what is unique or their characteristics in terms of how they behave. the reactants and the products and so on. Okay, now based on this brief information, see, without referring to the top part, without referring to all of this, see if you can complete this. If you can complete this, fill in the missing information. Was it good?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 types, double replacement, and the other ones are redox reaction. Now, I'm not going to go through each screen. I just want to do this brief introduction. Then after this, you have the next part of it is going through each of the types of reaction. Here you have your double replacement reactions. We're going to look at what it is, and then also look at the 2 types of double replacement reactions. The acid-base reaction, you can look at this and then watch the video, and also do the one for precipitation reaction. And you have the example right there. I want you to take note of what double replacement reactions generally look like, in the sense that double replacement reactions consist of 2 compounds on both sides of the arrow. On the reactant side, left-hand side, you have 2 compounds. On the right-hand side, the product side, you have 2 compounds also. So that is any reaction that has this feature, that has 2 compounds on both sides of the arrows, obviously double replacement reaction. Now, once you're done with that, you've gone through those, you can complete this activity. And then the next one is the redox reaction, the different types of redox reaction. Just like we did for double replacement, here we're going to go through each of the types of redox reaction. Now, they are called redox reaction. Redox is for oxidation reduction reaction. Oxidation involves the loss of electrons. When the reaction involves one element losing or gaining electrons, that is referred to as oxidation reduction reaction. It could also include the gain or loss of oxygen. Okay, now that's basically definition. Won't go into much details in redox reaction. When you get to college, yes, you will do more on redox reaction. But for today, at this level, what we're interested in is the types of redox reaction. Just know that redox reaction has to do with loss and gain of electrons, and then the 4 types of redox reaction, which you'll go through here in this lesson. And here we have the 4 types: synthesis, decomposition, single replacement, as well as combustion reaction. In the next couple of slides, we're going to see the generic equation for each of those reactions, as well as example for each, and also a very short video. So you can go through this, look at the video, and look at the example in order to be able to identify the type of reaction when you're given the equation. And then at the end of this, you have a video that kind of explains or summarizes all the 4 types of redox reaction. Now here also you have your kind of practice activity. You'll see if you can identify these 4 reactions as either synthesis, decomposition, combustion, or single replacement. Now, once you're done with this, the next screen has to do with a kind of summarizing all the 6 types of chemical reactions. So the 6 types are acid base, precipitation, synthesis, single replacement, decomposition, as well as a combustion reaction. And those 6, knowing that 2 of them, acid base and precipitation reactions, are referred to as a double replacement reaction. Now, once you're done with that, the second and last part that you have to do is this. You have to identify each of this reaction as one of the 6 reactions, indicate which one is acid base, decomposition, and so on. That's what you do on this second column. And then where you have the type of reaction, you're going to indicate if it's a double replacement or if it's a redox reaction. So that will be the type of reaction, whereas the rest will be the individual reactions itself. And then just check and see if you got them right. If not, you just try again. The last thing here that I expect you to do is the demonstration of knowledge. It's kind of a very short quiz. Now, when you're doing this activity, this slide simply gives you examples of each of them. Okay, this is an example of how I expect you to do this assignment. So identify the reaction and then type of reaction. Then look at this example to help you complete that. And then the last part is just the short quiz. I think it should be about 4 or 5 questions based on your understanding of the different types of reactions. And that will be it for chemical reactions. Next, after single replacement reaction, next class period will go over chemical reactions, writing equations, and also identifying them. And that'll be it, what I'll have for you today.